Hello, my friends. Coming from southeast Missouri on a cold January day. I thought I'd show you what I've been up to lately. I think I come up with a way to put a vise on my back of my pickup. And the reason I'm doing that is so when I want to really crank on something, it gives me the opportunity to do that with the trucks not going anywhere. And in my shop, my bench are not bolted down. Plus, if I want to weld on them or do something like that that's going to throw a lot of sparks, I got to be careful that I don't cause a fire. So I came up with a little thing that I'm going to show you right now, and this is it. So I just made this little thing, and it's going to go in there, and then the cross pin will go in, and this is all 2-inch square tubing. And then I take my vise and I put it like that. So now I can really crank on it. So what I'm seeing so far is it looks like it's a little bit too tall. So I may cut that vertical tube off. Maybe 8-10 inches to get it down where it's more like a bench height. But all in all, I think this looks like it might be pretty good. So if I'm bending something or heating something to bend, I could bring my torch out here, put it in there and bend it. And I thought maybe make a second one for a small anvil. But then, you're going against the truck, so I'm not sure if that would work. Maybe some kind of a jack that would go down to the ground to support it so you could beat on it. But I think this is worth looking into. We'll see how it works. Anyway, I appreciate you taking the time to watch, and if you got any suggestions or comments on this, just let me know. I got the cross hole drilled. I made it a 1/2 inch. I'm not even sure if I need it, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. But anyway, this plate right here is the plate that the vise is going to bolt on. And then this is a 2.5 inch square tube. And that's the 2-inch square tube that it'll go on. So what I was doing right now was going to go ahead and tack that on and then weld that all around. So here's my problem. I did not order enough 2-inch tube. Actually, I didn't order any. I thought I had enough, but I only had enough for the vertical part. So I called up my neighbor, asked him if he had a piece of 2-inch tube, and all he could come up with was this old receiver hitch thing they had on their side-by-side. And the problem is it's not square. So what I did was I tacked it up here on the top, and now what I can do is put a wedge in behind it. So there you can see the problem. So it's off a little bit. So if I go ahead and put a wedge in there, make it square, and then tack it square, I can weld it up and it'll be square. So from this view, you can see the wedge, which is pushing the bottom out. So now it's nice and square off this, what basically is a hinge. So now I'll go ahead and tack it, and then I can maybe make some filler rod or something so I don't have to weld so much. But I'm not going to weld the whole length because it doesn't need it.